Welcome to today's tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to be discussing what unit vectors are. So we are going to be finding the unit vectors in the direction of any given vector and in the opposite direction of that same given vector. Alright, so if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, click on the subscription button and don't forget to click on the notification button so that you don't miss out the videos that I'm going to be posting. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me using these lines on the screen. And in case you need lessons for math, physics, and chemistry, including biology, so make sure that you contact me using these same lines on the screen. All right, so let's quickly move on to the question. So we have this question which says, find the unit vector in the same direction as these given vectors, and then B says in the opposite direction of any given vector. One thing you have to understand even before we begin to solve are these few points. So the first point is how to find the unit vector, or what is the unit vector in short. So the unit vector is any vector that has the magnitude 1. So unit comes from the way from 1. Anything. Okay, let me just say a unit vector has magnitude 1. Yes, you have to know that. And you find a unit vector. So if, let's say, for instance, you've been given V there. So vector V has been given. To find the unit vector of V, or in the same direction as V, you say the same vector V, you write the same vector V, and then divided by the magnitude of this same vector V. And then the unit vector in the opposite direction of V, then this one will contain a negative outside, and you say the vector V over the magnitude of the vector V. So this is what you get, or how you find the unit vector in the opposite direction. So if it's in the opposite, you put the negative sign in front there, and then if it's in the same direction, you just write it this way. Alright, so let's quickly move on to finding the solution. So the first part there, we have the vector V, which has been given to be negative 1, 1 over 2. So this is the vector that we've been given. So now to find the unit vector in the same direction as this one, the first thing that we need to find is to find the modulus, or the magnitude of this vector, which is found by negative 1 squared plus 1 over 2 squared. So if you have the vector A, you have AI plus BJ. The magnitude of vector A is simply just the root of A squared plus B squared. You just get these components and then you square them, find the square root. That's the magnitude of that given vector. Alright, so let's find the magnitude of this vector V. So this is the square root of 1. Negative 1 squared gives us 1. 1 over 2 squared gives us 1 over 4. So now if you find the magnitude there of this vector V, this will give us what? 5 over 4. So this will be the square root of 5 over 4. So this is the given, this is the modulus, or the magnitude of this given vector V. So now to find the unit vector, remember what we said, the unit vector in the direction of V is given by, the unit vector in the direction of V is given by V itself, then divided by the magnitude the magnitude of this same V. So V has been given to be negative I plus 1 over 2j. So this is how you write the Cartesian form of this V. So it's negative I plus 1 over 2j. Then we're dividing everything by the magnitude of V, which is the square root of 5 over 4, which can be written as the square root of 5 over 2. So we can write this as the square root of, we can write the denominator there, over 2. Then if you divide it, discover that the simplified version of this question will be negative 2j plus negative 2i plus 2i over the root of 5 plus j over the root of 5. That is if you simplify this expression. So this is the unit vector in the direction of v. So when you try to find what is the magnitude of this vector, you discover that the answer will be equal to 1. Alright, so how do you find the unit vector in the opposite direction of this vector v? So you simply just multiply the same vector by negative. So the one that is in the opposite direction will therefore be equal to, you multiply negative, you say negative times negative 2I over the root of 5 plus j over the root of 5. So when you multiply this negative, you have 2 over the root of 5I plus, or rather, negative times positive there. This will give us what? Okay. This will give us minus j over the root of 5. So this is what you're going to get as the unit vector in the opposite direction of v. So let me also find for this one, and then okay, let me find for this one. Then you find for this one and that one as your exercise. All right, so we quickly do that. So this one, v has been given to be, the vector v has been given as 8I minus j plus 4k. So now, how do you find the unit vector in the direction of this vector v? So the unit vector in the direction of v is therefore going to be 8I minus j plus 4k. So the unit vector in the direction of v is therefore going to be, first of all, we find the magnitude of this vector v, which will be 8 squared plus negative 1 squared plus 4 squared. So the square root of this gives us the magnitude. So this will be 64 plus 1 plus 16. So this is now going to be 64 plus 16, that will be 80. Then 80 plus 1, that will be 81. So the square root of 81 gives us 9. So the unit vector in the direction of v can now be written as, the unit vector in the direction of v is now going to be given by v over the magnitude of the vector v. So this is now going to be 8I minus j plus 4k, everything divided by 9. So this is now going to, this is therefore be simplified as, so when you simplify this, you can, if you want, you can separate the terms. If you want, you can separate the terms. If you want, you can leave it like this. What I mean by separating the term, you can say 8 over 9I minus 1, or you can simply just say j. Okay, let me just say 1 over 9j plus 4 over 9k. So this is the unit vector in the direction of v. So now let us find the unit vector in the opposite direction of this same v. So in the opposite direction, we are just going to multiply this same unit vector by negative. So in the opposite direction, the unit vector will simply just be so this will be negative 8 over 9 I, negative times positive, that will be negative times negative will give us positive 1 over 9j, negative times positive will give us negative 4 over 9k. So this is what you get as the unit vector in the opposite direction. Alright, so you will solve the remaining two questions as your exercise and make sure that you submit so that I check whether you are correct or wrong. Alright, so if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, click on the subscription button so that you don't miss out the videos that I'm going to be posting, and don't forget to click the notification button so that you don't miss out the videos that I post, that I always post. Alright, so if you have any questions and you would like me to help you out, or If you want to be helped in math, physics, or chemistry, you can simply contact me using these same lines on the screen. My name is harmtedy. Shalom, shalom.